Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode on Over the Bar podcast. And quite a lot of things have happened in the last 24 hours, and we'll be looking at each one of them. We'll be dissecting each of the events one by one. And with me today, I have AY, Shola, and Brown. And my name remains Micah. Uh, just a quick one. We'll run through it quickly and then we'll dissect each point as we go on. Ruben Amorim has been sacked. It's no longer news. It's now official. Chelsea managed, is it managed? Chelsea pulled a draw against Man City. Liverpool, once again, drew their game. And the Super Eagles of Nigeria are also currently playing Mozambique. So let's start with the Manchester United fans on this call. Let's start with Ruben Amorim. His records have been quite abysmal, which I'm going to show to you now before you guys, just give your thoughts on it. And since he arrived at Manchester United and the number of games that he has played, the numbers show that he has the worst record of all of the managers. Maybe he sits just second from the bottom. All of the managers that Man U have hired in recent times, even in the past times, not even recent only. So let's see what the numbers say. Ranking against Ferguson, Mourinho, Ten Hag is way down, which raises the question: why did Man U sack Ten Hag in the first place? If his win rate is second to Mourinho and third position, 54.69%, why did you sack Ten Hag? Should you have kept Ten Hag? How has Amorim performed so far? Are you guys happy that he has been sacked, or you would have wanted him to stay a bit longer? Because he said last season that the disaster season will soon be over. Apparently, the disaster season has swept him away. So I'd like you guys to share your thoughts, and I will start with Shola. What do you think? What are your thoughts with Ruben Amorim getting sacked? Should he have been given more time, or you think it was the right decision to let him go?
You know, I'm not going to mince words. You know me. I was saying it regarding Maresca that the management made the best decision. I'm also not going to mince words with Amorim. They made the best decision sacking him. I'm even wondering why it took this long. They should have sacked him before. Like last, we even had an opportunity to see what this guy was capable of doing last season, and we saw that this guy was not going to change anything. Then we went ahead to buy you the proven strikers in the Premier League, and they cannot even do anything. You can't do anything with them. And then we are still like, he has 25 wins, 20, 25 wins, 23 losses, 15 draws as a manager. I feel like if I'm a manager of Manchester United, I can even do more wins than this guy. That's the truth. That's just the truth. So I think we made the best decision sacking him, letting him go. It's unfortunate, to be honest. It's sad. I think he's a likable guy. Most fans like him. This is going to divide a lot
Mm-hmm.
of fans. I agree, but I think the management made the best decision sacking him now. Another thing that we also need to remember is when you hire a new manager, there is this excitement, this new management manager effect that usually happens, whereby you have like 5 wins in a row, maybe like we never had it with Amorim. We
Mm.
didn't have this new manager effect with my Amorim. With Amorim like this, we probably won one game, 2 games, and then from that time onward, lost draws and stuff like that. So for me, I'm going to use the mic. I think it was a good decision from the board to let him go.
I think I'm inclined to agree with you because I really cannot say myself, even as a football fan, a Chelsea fan, I cannot say that I know what style of football or something that makes Man U
He
distinct.
claims he's, he claim he's, u- he claim he's using 3-4-3. At times, I'm not even sure again. Is it 3-5-2? Is it 3-4-3? What really is the formation? All we know is that he
Or,
uses maybe 8 defenders.
or is it 4-4-3?
Or you-
So the numbers here says that in the Premier League he's coached the team to 47 games with only 15 wins, 13 draws, and 19 losses. So more losses than wins and draws.
in the Premier League.
66% goals scored, 72 conceded. In 46 games, only 6 clean sheets. He has managed only as close to a draw per game, 1.23 points per game. Brown, what do you think?
I mean, like, I needed to allow you guys to, drop whatever it is you had in your head. But I don't know where Shola stands or where you, Micah, stands, because I hear that you second what he had mentioned, what he had said earlier. But I really want to know if you are now saying that okay, the board sacking Amorim is a good decision, and as a result, it is all well and good, and then we can move on from here. If that is what you guys are saying, I have a contrary opinion to that, and I'll tell you why. Yes, you can pull all the stats, and obviously stats don't lie, right? Amorim has had like the third worst number of points since he was appointed in November 2024. He's had only 15 wins and garnered only 58 points, just above the likes of Tottenham Hotspur with just 15 points. And then you look at Wolves and then and West Ham as well, who are currently struggling in the relegation zone with only 11 points. So yes, does Amorim, with the statistics on board, deserve to be sacked? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, Amorim should have never been allowed into this new season, especially with the appalling performance of last season. I've been a Manchester United supporter for nearly 2 decades, and I've never seen a coach as terrible as Amorim. But that is not where the problem lies alone in itself, right? I feel like it is 50-50, right? The board has a share of this blame too. And I'll tell you why. Because these Ineos, not only have they lied to us, if you remember, Ineos came out before the sacking of Ten Hag. Ten Hag was having a very terrible run before it was eventually, then he gave us the FA Cup trophy against Man City at the time, thanks to the brilliance of Kobe Minu and the likes. So it was an appalling season we had. We finished 8th. Yes. Was it worse than the season before? Absolutely. But we were compensated by the FA Cup win, right? So it was imminent at the time to sack Ten Hag. But what did Ineos do? Ineos backed Ten Hag, gave him a new contract. Few months later, they fired him, right? Will you also now have you guys also forgotten about the case of Dan Ashworth that was literally put on gardening leave from Newcastle? They pursued this guy for 6 months, and then they appointed this guy, spent so much money on this guy, appointed this guy. A few months later, they sacked him, right? And then at the end of the day, they come to us with the finish that Amorim had. They come to us when Amorim, during the last international break, if you remember, Sir Jim had a press conference saying that the board is going to back Amorim. He deserves at least 3 years to make the changes that we want to see, and that we are in a rebuilding phase and all of that. And just a couple of hours ago, he has been sacked. So it takes me back to my earlier point of saying that the board has not only lied to us, now they come and present it like, oh, we are sacking Amorim because of the bad results he has had. If you look at where we are sitting on the table right now, we are just three points behind top 4, right? Not only are we,
which top 4 are we 3 points behind?
we are
Are we
just.
going to catch up? Are we going to catch up with us now?
I'm not saying.
We're never going to catch up with Man City. The only reason why we are even
now tell me.
Today is because all other guys, they are rubbish. Is it
Yes,
just
A lot of
because
people,
we
the league has been a mess this season.
Liverpool literally had like maybe 7 losses in a row, and they are still ahead of us.
I agree with you. I'm not disputing that. Does Amorim deserve to have been sacked before now? Absolutely. But what I'm saying is that when you compare where we were last season and where we currently sit on the table, we are not far off. And if you remember our last episode, I mentioned the idea of Maresca. The time is starting. We are not. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. The reason why I would not even agree that we are far off is because not only are we 3 points behind top 4, but if you look at the press conference, go back.
There is no top 4 this year. There is only top 3.
The press conference.
There is no top 4 this year.
Go back to the press conference Amorim had. The last press conference he had. What did he say? if you look at what he was inferring from that press conference, it seemed like there were agreements that were made before this contract was signed. And at the end of the day, it seemed like the board was no longer allowing him the freedom that he was promised before he came to Manchester United. That is why you hear statements like, I came to Manchester United not to be a coach, but to be the manager of the club, right? So it seemed like behind the scenes, there have been promises that have been broken. And if you look at the past coaches we've had, now you talk about bringing in new coaches and all of that, you notice that all of the coaches we have had post-Ferguson has at least had one player they've signed from their previous club who understands the system they play. Has Amorim had any of that? No.
Man, you fans, before you people will create a session for you to roast yourselves.
I mean, it goes back to tell you that I need to deliver. I need to deliver my something. I mean, you can argue my
except for only.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem I have with Manchester United fans. 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please. The problem I have with Manchester United fans right now is the fact that we are buying into this idea Ineos is trying to sell to us that they are sacking Ruben Amorim because he has not been performing well. But I am saying that it is not just about the performance, right? But these Ineos have continually sold lies to us, and we cannot continue to back them. At the end of the day, we have more incompetent board than we ever did before now. That's my point. That is my point.
Yeah. Anyway, please give us your point.
So for me, honestly, what Brown said, I don't agree. As the board backed Manchester, as the board backed Amorim.
Yes.
To a certain extent.
Yes.
Why did I say that?
Incompetent board. That's what I'm saying.
But they gave him the players that he wanted. They gave him every single player he asked for.
He signed Cunha. He signed Dogu. He signed Mbeumo. These players, Cunha and Mbeumo individually.
What is the name of the striker? This
Shesko, these players individually. I'm not even talking about Shesko now.
Sorry, AY. If not for Brighton, that were asking ridiculous price, do you know that they were going to give this guy Baleba? They will give him.
So, by assessment, are you saying that?
Let the way land on this point.
I mean, by assessment, are you saying that Ineos has done us proud as Manchester United? Is that what you are saying?
By the way, we answer that question after a while lands on this point.
So for me, the board they have their own issues. I'm not exonerating.
And we should point it out.
But number one,
it's easy for the coach to take the fall. Point it out.
No, did they back him? Yes. Because I would say Amorim is the most stubborn coach I've ever seen in the history of the
league. I agree.
Why am I saying this? Because fine, you are a 3-4-3 coach, you are a 3-4-3 manager, whatever. You came in last November, if I'm correct. You came in last November and you said that even if the players you have would not fit your system, try and be accommodating. Be flexible. Use the players you have to get the results that you want till the transfer window. Then you get your players. But last season, what happened? 15th. I don't think any of us here have ever seen Manchester United at 15 position. Any season in 15.
They should have just
Manchester United lost a final to Tottenham Hotspur that have never won in European final.
They have done worse before. That's not even news. I get Villarreal. We lost to Villarreal. A European final prior to that.
People were not worse. We are not this terrible that season against Villarreal.
Manchester United under this your Amorim, you guys recorded a run of maybe 15 consecutive away non-win games that you guys did not win. Manchester United lost to Grimsby.
See that Grimsby example. Thank you for that Grimsby example.
I'm not saying the ball. They are not innocent.
I didn't dispute any of those, but
there's also a coaching problem. Yes, this guy, because I recall him saying at some point that he's not going to change the system; that the players have to adapt.
Not even the Pope.
Not even the Pope will make him change it. So we have a stubborn coach who is not getting results. I think he probably wanted to leave. He was working his way to leaving, but they didn't sack him. And then at the end of last season, he picked
And
up the
that is where
microphone.
you will know that the board. That's why I cannot blame the board. This guy, first of all, he's stubborn, doesn't say
Shola,
anything right.
Yes.
He doesn't know how to be
See,
diplomatic words
I
or
can
anything like
agree
that.
that your board has issues. I can agree
Very
that they have
stubborn.
issues.
issues.
My own
They have
They
opinion,
issues
should I
with.
tell
He
you why
has
they
said
sacked
so
him?
many things that could have gotten him
incompetent.
sacked.
That board,
Yes,
see, I'll
even
tell you
after
for free.
saying
There's
I'll tell
all
you
that.
for
those things,
free.
the
That
after
board
coach
is our biggest
Sergeant last
problem,
week,
not coaches. Trust me, that board is our biggest problem, not coaches. And now, see,
There is that.
Should I
board
tell
may
you
have
why
their
they sacked
issues.
him?
what
But
was the
Amorim,
purpose
Why I
of
think they sacked
sacking Ten
him?
Hag? 3 months after giving him a new contract, what was the purpose of sacking Ten
now
Hag?
forget about Ten Hag.
Ten Hag don't
With
come and go.
Amorim,
Then that guy's gone.
Amorim,
Summary.
the board.
I'm giving you antecedents of the bad performance of this board. That is
But
what I'm saying.
look at. Yes, there is the bad
Amorim was
performance.
just bad.
We can.
Amorim
Chelsea
was
fans
just
can
bad.
also say the same, right?
Amorim
Chelsea
was
fans
just
can
bad.
say the
Look
same.
at what Amorim is doing, for crying out loud.
The
Amorim,
problem
Chelsea fans
was
can
not
say
say.
what you want to
Chelsea
say.
fans can
Say
say
what
the
you want
same.
to say about Garnacho. Say what you
the,
want to say about Garnacho. And Garnacho probably
board,
has like, I mean, from the
the board
Puskas,
is not,
the
the
Puskas
board,
worthy goal that he even scored against Everton.
the
You know
board
that this
cannot
guy,
be exonerated from this problem. I
Nobody
am
is
saying
exonerating the board,
the
Brown.
board
Nobody's
is the
exonerating the
biggest
board.
of our
But
problem.
you are
But
assuming
there is
the board
there is
backed
a
him.
problem. They backed him.
they
There's
backed
there's
him,
a
bro.
coaching
They
problem here.
spent like
It's a
200
different thing
million
with
pounds
Chelsea,
for
for
this guy.
instance, where the board just kept buying who they wanted, not who the coach wanted, right? But
He
for
was the
your
one that
coach,
wanted
they
Kunya.
bought him the players that he wanted.
And
And
you
do you know
were
what?
even the
Do you
one
know
that
what?
said last podcast that from a club that said they don't have money, they
Mm-hmm.
still
And
found
they're
the
spending
money.
money for,
To
and they
tell
bought
you
him the players that he
about,
wanted.
it goes back to
They
tell
still
you
have
about
the money.
the lies I have constantly mentioned
There
that
is that,
he
Brown.
lied to us.
There is
And
lies,
it's
but there is a
problem that
coaching
we
problem.
as United fans, we are buying into this story of he sacked just because of performance. He knows I've had a terrible run in their time at the helm. That is what I'm saying.
I don't know why he was sacked. Obviously, he was sacked not just due to his performances, right? Because due to his performance alone, they should have even sacked him a long time ago.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
So, but I think he wanted himself out. He has started saying
He has been doing that thing since last
season.
season. He has been playing his way out of the club since
And he
last
has been
season.
saying that thing since last season.
All those
Yes.
statements,
There was a time that all of us should be preparing for the final of what's it called?
Europa League.
Final. And then this guy was saying something like the final is going winning the final is not going to probably automatically make us a good team, that we have a disaster season, a disaster team. I was like, this guy, we don't need this kind of talk now. Just focus on this final for crying out loud. Let's win this final.
Disaster
This is
coach.
100 million on the table, and also that trophy. Just win this. If he had won that final, they would have probably even spent more money for him.
I agree. See, I agree with you boys on that. But I am okay. If we have to now share the blame on a scale of 0 to 10 between the board and Amorim,
I will give Amorim 7.
I'll give the
okay.
board, I'll give
Let
the
me
board 4.
see your biggest issue. See, if they did not in a certain Maresca's case, right? I can blame Maresca slightly, but for the news that has come out that they were trying to influence him a lot, even with the footballing decisions, maybe I would give him like a 2 or a 3, because I cannot tactically blame him. Maresca is good tactically, right?
Because Chelsea
it's just
wants
that
a coach they can manage.
they can manage, not a coach that will manage them. So there are two different things. But with Manchester United, nobody's micromanaging anymore. At least they have not come out to say that the last 24 hours or the last something about he will ask for a player.
It's not the board that told him to bench Maino.
He will ask for a player, they will give him the player.
And you know that
nobody's telling him to play a particular player.
I am aware that as of today, as we
see this picture, I think everybody should know know this picture where I think Ahmad was sitting, Hoyland was sitting. When they score a goal, you know the way they celebrate these guys.
Yes, Garnacho and the rest.
And then we have that picture. That picture just gives United fans a sense of hope about the future. You know when you see Ahmad, you see Garnacho, you see Mainu, probably Holland also at times also they intertwine with that. So you feel like, oh, the future is bright. These are 21, 23. No, these are young guys. Holland is gone.
Everybody is gone.
Now it's like he's scoring anyhow.
No, see, that's the funny thing. It's
now.
It's
Wait
not
now.
just Oiland. Every
Garnacho,
player that has left
even
United,
Garnacho.
they've been balling.
Yes, now.
Trust me. If
Garnacho.
that Conte should handle Garnacho,
Let's be
first of
honest.
all,
Let's
he's
be
going to
honest.
beat him, discipline into him,
No,
and he's
look
going to
at
grind him
your
as well.
midfielder. What is this
Excellent
guy's
players.
name? This
McTominay.
Scott. Yes, Scott McTominay.
See,
They are.
Although McTominay is not even his fault. It was Ten Hag that no good Ten Hag that even so down. Look at Garnacho. Say what you want about Garnacho now. This guy is
Garnacho is not. He has been to Chelsea. See, the reason
I can tell you that Garnacho is not a very good player.
Rashford for this guy.
Rashford is a good example. Rashford is
The
a good
reason
example.
why
Garnacho maybe not.
United.
Garnacho maybe not.
See, Micah, AY, I'll tell you this. Shola can agree all he wants or disagree. It's fine. But I'll tell you this. The reason why Garnacho left United was not because of his talent. It was attitudinal problems. And you and I know.
Fixed now.
Hold
Coaches
on.
handle Balotelli. Can you compare Garnacho to Balotelli in terms of attitudinal problems?
Yes.
Granit Xhaka.
See Xhaka now. Xhaka went to collect anyhow.
See,
Coaches handled him.
see, when you consider this thing, see, sometimes, to be very honest, sometimes we fail to understand. We fail to.
A good coach cannot. Do you think Pep cannot handle Garnacho?
See, sometimes we fail to understand the club that we support. Manchester United is not just any kind of club. The day you sign for Manchester United, your social media following, your everything blows up. It is because of that name, right? Now, some of these players, right, when they come to Manchester United, it is very easy to get carried away, to begin to feel like because you play for Manchester United, even though you have not given as much, just because you are playing for Manchester United, you begin to think so much of yourself. It is okay to think highly of yourself, but it is another thing to prove it on the pitch. Now, you are complaining of people like Garnacho leaving Manchester United, and it goes back to what I said earlier. Garnacho left United not because of his talent, but because of his attitude. How can you be a 19-year-old at the time, featured for Manchester United, well over 50 games, right? And then they refuse to start you in an Europa League final and you go to the press. It's a problem. Wait, hold on, please. Remember when Ronaldo came, right? He had the talent, raw one at that. Garnacho is not even close to what Ronaldo was delivering at the time. But Ronaldo came multiple times from the bench, and there was not an issue with that. Why? Because he felt like he was opportune to play for a club as big as Manchester United. And the same goes for people like Cunha, who are even more Premier League proven players than the likes of Garnacho. So it goes back to tell you that some of these players begin to think so much of themselves. And at the end of the day, when coaches decide
the players are taking so much of themselves, he's going to let all of them out.
See, that is why you need to see when you think like that of yourself, prove it on the pitch. Is it not being better?
For the same situation.
Okay, now, okay. Let's even say Garnacho. Okay, attitude problem. What about Kebomeno? For crying out loud. That boy.
Kobe Mino's case. It is hard for me to
even make a case at all. I can understand. Maybe bringing him 70 minutes, like giving him 20 minutes of play, maybe per week or something like
That's
that.
when
Nothing featuring at all. That is just so wicked.
Brown, let me give you an example of something you just said now with something that was recent.
This Kobe's case, I totally agree with you, right? Because it is similar to what Amad Diallo faced under Ten Hag. Ten Hag knew that Amad was a better player at the time than the likes of this Brazilian that he brought from Ajax, right? But Amad was constantly being put on the bench for his player. And then, if you remember when Benny McCarthy had the podcast in South Africa, they asked him, why was Amad not being featured? He said it was just a Ten Hag thing. He favored the boy he brought from Ajax against Amad, not that he was better. So yes, if you say he has been a bad coach for not playing Kobe Mino, I agree. And I totally second to that because he's complaining of, I want to play 3 men at the back and Kobe does not fit the 2 men defending defensive midfielder role. But at the end of the day, when we had less players, you played with 4 men at the back and you won against a difficult team as Newcastle. So for that, I agree that Amorim has been bad. But I am saying that the blame on a scale of 0 to 10 between the board and Amorim is 5. 50-50 because they constantly made mistakes.
Do you know another reason why it's not 50-50? Why did the board have to wait until he did the press conference yesterday for them to sack him?
Yes, before they sack him.
Why did they force him to leave
They were not going to sack this guy.
before
out.
the end of the season? Why did they allow him? Why did they force him? Now or never?
They didn't force him.
Come on. They said now or never.
How come he's not giving
Come on.
competition?
It's
Before we
unbelievable.
move on to our next. So Brown says it's 50-50, Shola says it's 70-30, AY says it's 60-40.
I can't blame the management.
Point,
I can't blame
point
the
taken.
You know why I can't blame the board? Sorry, Brown. You know why I can't blame the board?
I'm hearing.
We have Buemo. We have Cunha. Between these two guys, they had about 20-something goals between themselves last season.
The entire
Premier League proven players.
Agreed. Mbeumo 20, Cunha 15 at the end of the season.
At the end of the season.
Yes.
Now, Cunha is even struggling to even score, for crying out loud.
This is not even adding Sheshko.
We not even adding Sheshko.
Sheshko was very hot before he came to Manchester. He was with Amorim, right?
20-something goals also.
But we are giving him the benefit of that.
Our last game,
let's even say Bundesliga, maybe not that physical and stuff like that. Let's say, okay, we should
just adapt like to the Premier League. Premier League is tough, bro. Premier League is tough.
There is that.
We should be able to squeeze 10 goals easy out of Sheshko, for crying out loud. Easy 10 goals. That guy is.
Do you also realize that he has been injured though, against Newcastle?
He was only injured. He was injured against was it Tottenham?
Yes, Spurs. Against Spurs, he was injured. And he didn't start off the season. I think he has not played up to 19 games for Manchester United since his arrival due to injury and then time of resumption when he came.
We are removing Sheshko now. We are bringing in Premier League proven players.
We are saying Premier League proven players.
Okay, so you saying Mbeumo has not been.
Let's move to our next talking point.
He's off.
But let's move to our next talking
scoring.
Let's move to our next talking point.
Let's
leave Manchester United for now.
You know what Ahmad is capable of doing. You put him in wing back.
We'll get back to Manchester United. We'll get back to Manchester United.
Goals. 50-50.
Let me give you an example. Just before I move on to the next point, I wanted to give an example of something you said about a player saying something, going to the press, and then getting shut out because of that. Just recently, Mohamed Salah did the same. And now he's back playing for Liverpool, right? So this is coach management.
He's not playing. He's not playing.
He played
before
he left. In fact, he spoke. The media said that he spoke with the coach and they resolved their differences. So there is that. So I just wanted to pull that out. Let's move to, before we go. Now Maresca is
before you even go, we even heard reports that the things that Amorim said to Garnacho after the whole saga, there were even like horrible things to say to another human being.
That's a man management
just
problem.
Find someone to buy you or something like that.
That's a man management problem.
Find someone to buy you.
So
that guy was
coaching problem. There's a man management problem.
What's that guy? That guy had like
he wanted to leave. He wanted to leave. Like he posted something like he was out of prison or something like that. He wanted to leave.
It was like dear God, and then you know this people where you have your tears on the paper.
Let's move on. Moving on.
One second. Let me just put this out.
Moving on, Brown. Moving
on. Manchester United fan, and for those of you that are sitting here today, right, saying that Amorim is the problem and it is okay for him to leave, and that the board does not deserve half of the problem.
No, on pitch side of things. On pitch side of things, Amorim is the problem.
Why are you segregating? It's a wholesome problem.
There's a different thing. See, no, it's not.
This one no wholesome.
On the pitch, Amorim is the problem. Any other thing, maybe your stadium facilities are bad. That's not Amorim's problem. Leaking roof, a shit pouring from a pool pouring from tanks. That's not Amorim's problem.
As of today, 5th of January, is also Amorim's problem. It's fine. It's okay. Another coach will come another coach will leave.
Another coach will do.
Let us continue the
will do
cycle.
better than
Let
this
us
Amorim.
continue the cycle.
Moving
Like
on,
the
moving
interim
on,
manager will do better than this
Ateta is
Amorim.
still the
moving
manager.
on,
Look at where they are
moving
now.
on, moving on.
Who? Which one? Which one?
So Maresca has left. Let's move on. Let's leave Manchester United for now.
Sorry,
Maresca has
before you
left.
move on. Sorry, before you
I will
move
move on. I will move on.
Grimsby.
I will
I
move
wanted
on.
to say something
No,
about
no,
Grimsby
no,
that you
no,
mentioned.
Shola, I will move on.
Please, Micah,
Shola,
please, Micah,
Shola, I
please.
will move on. We will
About
come back to
Grimsby.
it.
Just
We'll come
one
back
point
to it.
about Grimsby. Please.
1 second.
About Grimsby. Okay. Grimsby now. You know Grimsby.
I don't know that. I don't know Grimsby.
Amorim they bring out beans to beat Grimsby for crying out loud. You know, like,
Yeah, it was
you know, like
this
this.
now.
If you want big Grimsby, you must be your head. You don't need to bring out
Let's
paper.
move. Let's move. Let's move.
They do DJ on top.
We still have a couple more points to look at. So
That's what I just
Maresca has left. Maresca has left. Amorim has left. Who do you think is next? I think I know. Let me show you.
Waiting list.
And it's not saying rubbish like Amorim, like and Maresca.
I think I know the next. This is the next. See, this is Amorim. This is on the slot right now. This is on the slot right now. See, Liverpool has had a very bad run, but I don't think they should sack him. But he also doesn't seem like a coach with a lot of wit. I mean tactical wit. It looks like he has leveraged. He has lived on what's his name, Jogging Club's glory, and now it has expired.
But he has credit in the bank now.
And it's not
well, yes.
He has won the.
He has won the Premier League. Yes.
And he's also played. You see, when Liverpool may lose. They may at times you even watch Liverpool's match. Some of the matches that they lost, you feel like it's like something is doing them or something. They are just so unlucky, and they have like tired legs and Konate who cannot really run to really have that three-man defense that they are trying to pull. But Liverpool, they will score. Like they always somehow they may lose, but somehow they always score. Somehow they will outplay you. Like they play well, they play beautiful game, like they play beautiful football.
Really?
Have that result with
really?
Recently. Yes, now.
Wow, very good actually.
They give you joy, safe.
Wow. See, Liverpool has declined from when Jurgen Klopp was here. Now, with Jurgen Klopp, the intensity of football Liverpool plays, it does not matter whether it was Konate. Van Dijk is not even a quick player, by the way. But the kind of football they play, because they play quick transition football, and then the credit this Ancelotti has in the bank was the reason why they allowed him spend the kind of money they spent on the likes of Florian Wirtz that currently has only 2 or 3 goals for Liverpool, and the likes of Alexander Isak. That's nowhere.
Maybe spend too much on this player, but you can't
really
fault
credit in the bank.
You can't really fault Isak's transfer. Isak is one of the best Premier League strikers for crying out loud.
That's credit.
If Isak is misfiring, you can't now say because of
that credit in the bank is the reason why he was able to pull that stunt. But I am telling you for free that Liverpool football has declined since the arrival of.
I agree with you because
aside from who got a ticket that they even bought.
That's the player that you can say okay, they have value for money.
One of the best signings. Isak should have been one of their best signings too.
Yes,
because if Isak could do what he was doing with Newcastle, he could even do better.
Liverpool will be on top. Also, he was injured and he just got back. So
has declined under slots.
Yes.
So let's move on. Liverpool was supposed to be a very short.
Was been their best player over the years. It's also misfiring this year.
Liverpool was supposed to be a very short conversation. So I wanted to just
Arnold into the conversation. Without bring Salah into the conversation.
I think the guy is going to have his job because what happened to Liverpool this year is a little bit of misfortune plus misfiring players.
They lost form. Spent 500 million.
And they also let go of Arnold.
Coaching.
So I feel like
I wouldn't say. I mean, for a coach who is not, I don't think Ancelotti is a spectacular.
Some of these coaches are out of their depth.
I don't think he's a spectacular coach, honestly. I just think like Liverpool, he has tools. It's like joining Real Madrid. It's very obvious that Alonso is struggling, regardless of how good he is, right?
What worked for him last season, one, was the fact that he was using
It was exactly the same team from Jurgen Klopp.
That is one. Then secondly, his pattern of play was long play from Arnold to Salah, and Salah was spectacular last season.
That's true.
Yes.
Those long balls, counter
Counter,
football from
that's Liverpool
Arnold.
signature actually.
Now Arnold has gone.
High
Salah is
press
just
counter
And
there.
attack.
that
Yeah.
So
Diaz
who
too,
else?
by the way.
So who
Diaz,
else?
Who else?
Diaz, Diaz.
Diaz
Yes,
also
Diaz
left.
left also. Who was in
Diaz
form?
left.
So I mean, it was
I
for
think he has
Liverpool. I think that was
really
also
good,
about
really good
money.
players. When you consider Gakpo, you consider Eketike, consider Isak,
And then there's also
consider
the
Salah,
passing of their super
even the
sub, Diogo
midfield
Jota.
is tight.
So
McAllister, Gravenberch,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
yeah.
this their
And
young guy,
Zoboslai. Zoboslai
Soboslai
also.
too. They have good crop of
Even can
players.
you imagine? Do you
I
know
think
that Zoboslai has
his
played
own,
right back a
his
lot
own is
this
not
season?
even a problem.
Yes.
His own is not a
And he has
problem.
been
I
good
think
at
his
right
own, they
back.
should just watch him till like next season. If he's still not performing well
Yes,
next season,
God is out of
they can
his
send the
depth.
movie.
It's only a matter of time. It's
Moving
only a matter.
on, who would you choose if this were the only options that you had? Brown and Shola. Who would you choose as Manchester United manager?
One will never come.
I will choose the day now.
And that's
Zidane
it
na
will never
Baba
come.
now.
But it will never come.
I
Why
don't
I
think
He
it
say
will
it
will
will
come.
come.
never come.
You know,
You
personally,
never know though.
I'll go with Alonso. I mean, sorry, I'll go with
But
Javi.
okay,
If you want me to tell you why, I will. I'll go with
okay, tell
Javi.
us. Because I wanted
And
to ask you that where's Xavi now? Is he still in Saudi Arabia?
He's not.
no.
I don't think he's managing now.
He's not.
Let me
He's
see.
currently without a team. I'll
So he
go with.
lost
I'll
Barcelona's
go,
job.
I'll go with Javi. I'll go with
Now
Javi.
Zidane I go for why? Because Zidane, with what he did with Real Madrid. I mean, if you have coached Real Madrid and you handle those crop of players with big ego, I don't think there's anything that you cannot really manage. And of course, his success with I think he won 3 Champions Leagues for them,
Back
won
to back
one
to back.
Premier League.
La
Sorry,
Liga.
not Premier League, La Liga, and then Copa del Rey in between. To me, hands down, Zinedine Zidane.
For me,
On it,
right?
on it. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay, for me, on record, yes, Zidane seems like the clear favorite to pick. But with the kind of model that Ineos is currently trying to run, and I say this from the inference of that press conference that Ruben made, right? Where it seemed like now the new models that clubs are trying to run is to make you the head coach, where you are just a piece of the puzzle, and then they can shuffle and change you any day, anytime. And the clubs that are doing so well in the Premier League at the moment are clubs that allow their managers total freedom to do what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Arteta is an
I'm
example,
not
and
sure they
it's,
even give Arteta total
Newcastle.
freedom.
excuse me,
I'm not sure
uh,
they give
Arteta,
Arteta total freedom.
Arteta has so much power in Arsenal to do what he wants. There's also Unai Emery, who is currently in the top 3 in the Premier League. Aston Villa didn't make a lot of money, but they have got players for that coach because he demanded it. And then number 3 is Man City. Pep Guardiola. We all know that.
He
That's
actually should be number one.
so now with the current setup that clubs are trying to run, where they do what they want and just make you the head coach and then pick and change you whenever and
They
however.
have sporting
I feel like
directors over you.
they might not necessarily be able to, like Manchester United, be able to give you the funding that you need to buy players when you want to buy them. And then a person that I feel develops a lot with younger folks is the likes of Xavi, right? And then with our academy currently doing very well, I think he can manage with the limited funding from the board to now incorporate those players from the youth team into the first
He
team
was
and
that
then
if he
be
was that great,
progress.
they wouldn't
That's
have
why.
sacked him in Barcelona for this Hansi Flick.
That's why I would go for Xavi. I mean,
Okay. All right. AY, what do you think? If you were Manchester United fan, who would you pick?
Of course, I'll go for Zidane. Ten Hag has come and gone. Maresca is. But funny enough, Maresca too won't be bad though, because Manchester United might actually give him that free hand to do what Chelsea board did not allow him do, and I'm sure he would play to the strength of these players. And Zidane, of course, we all know Zidane will not want to come. But if I want to choose for United, if I were to be a United fan, I'll still go with Zidane based on what he has done in the past.
Okay. I mean, in my own opinion, of course, Ten Hag has come and gone. even though his record speaks good, right? Better than the ones that have come after him. Xavi, I don't know if Manchester United is that club that can model that tiki-taka. I've never seen Man U play tiki-taka before. Man U plays good football, pressing, counter-attacks. Xavi is not that coach, right? Zidane is that coach. In my opinion, I don't have a UEFA license A, B, or C. I don't think Zidane tactically is what Man U needs. But with the way Man U plays, he suits that, load the ball, press, counter attacking. I would say that Maresca might be a better option. If given that the board will allow him do what he wants, it will require some time and certain players, right, to transform the team. Because I don't think Manchester United has the crop of players that can play how Chelsea played. This passing the ball, holding on to possession, all of those things. But I think if you could get a Guardiola out of him if you back him. So I would say that Maresca might be a better option for Manchester United, but I don't think he wants to come to England at the
So
moment.
the big question then would be, do you now think that with the current model that they are trying to run, they would actually give him all of the tools he needs to get the players he wants when he wants them?
I think
Maybe
so
not.
because they
Wait,
did
maybe
the
not.
same for.
I mean, what have they even said, sir? Amorim, they literally
They did the same for Amorim. They did it for Amorim.
Part of
Amorim
why
just wanted himself sacked. Amorim has
And
never
Guardiola
really said anything
is
right
sorry.
like that.
Maresca is even a more
Somehow,
flexible coach.
he always finds a way to ruin everything with his words, somehow.
if you look
Yeah.
at the news coming out from reliable sources in Manchester says that the vibe first off in the club is one of unity. There's a good energy around the training area. Everybody's, catching up to each other and everything. And then if you listen to David Ornstein on Sky when he was speaking about this Amorim sack, he talks about issues that are promises that were possibly made before this contract was
Nigeria
signed.
scored 3.
Promises. And according to him, right, this is not me, right? David Ornstein was making the proclamations to at least bring to our knowledge that, there are possibilities that things that he was promised by the board is not what is currently happening. That is why there is friction.
Like what?
For
Maybe
instance,
maybe
We're
contractual.
not even
in January, we had 4 months to plan for this window. And you and I know that one of our biggest problems has been midfield because Kobe has also
I'm already seeing Baleba talk in the transfer room for crying out loud.
talk. We are not
we explore options to bring Baleba this January after AFCON.
Our game before the Leeds game, right? The post-match press conference that he had, before the match, right? He was asked in the press conference, is there anything happening behind the scenes in terms of player signing? And his response was, no, nothing is happening. So what makes us now believe all of a sudden that he has been sacked? Nothing is happening.
They were going to buy Baleba for him.
They were. We are talking post-sack. Before the sack, questions were asked.
Before the sack, he's not going to come and be saying.
Listen to the press conference. He said nothing is happening. So I feel like there were promises that perhaps may have been broken, and that is why this relationship has derailed.
Perhaps they have been broken. I don't want to agree. Not yet broken because he's only had one transfer window. They went to the bank for him. Now the second transfer window, January, is just about to start. I'm very sure they will get somebody for him in that midfield.
I hold you to this one because the Manchester United and Ineos that I know, if we are able to sign one player,
this guy, that's a Ineos. Arrange something for.
I would be surprised if we sign anybody this window. I will be surprised. This winter window, I will be absolutely
surprised. I don't think, based on your situation, you guys will not sign anybody. Why? Because you have an interim manager that would take the team till June. And the reason why it won't make any sense to sign someone, even though you need players, is because if you sign someone, the new coach might not fit into the pattern of the.
If it doesn't make sense when you're in transition to be signing,
it doesn't make sense
to
sign
anybody. It doesn't make any sense.
But I'm very sure that let me not say maybe very sure, but to some extent sure that if Amorim had stayed, they will have gone to the transfer window for him in January, especially to fix that midfield for him.
it's left for
Before we move on to our next
So
point,
was
here's
it?
wait.
some news about
I
McGee
think last night,
joining
you
Manchester
didn't put
City.
last night in the list of coaches that were even. I think last night is being
I mean, it
considered.
was just from a post I saw on Twitter. What are your thoughts about this? Gay to Man City. I think they would sign him because Man City are
But I
always
thought he
very
was going
quick
to
in the transfer
Liverpool.
window. I
So
mean,
the thing
I
is,
don't think he wants to go to
so
Liverpool anymore.
for me, I think it's actually a great sign. It's going to be a great signing for City. Why? Because two of their defenders got injured in their match yesterday. That is Guavidol and this other
Gvardiol.
person.
Kusanov for who?
And, huh?
And Kusanov for who?
No.
Yes,
Um,
Ruben. Yes.
Ruben Diaz.
and
Okay.
Diaz, they both got injured yesterday, and I think Stones is still injured, and
Yeah.
they need a defender, and Gay is the caliber of
He's a very
this
good
player
defender,
is such
actually.
that will start. He's a very very good player, solid player. I don't think he's injury prone, but he's very good player. He's a very good player that would start at City. He will start at most top 5 or top 6 teams, maybe not Arsenal, but other top
I would
5
have
teams.
thought it would be a good fit for us now. Imagine that, but you guys have a lot of defenders
I
already.
think
We
he will
have a
Imagine
finish
lot
the
of
having
season. I
defenders,
think he
Gay
will
even though
finish the
there were
season. I think he
rumors
will finish
that
the
we are
season
also
with.
considering him, but
of
he will
course
probably.
he will be available as a free agent, but maybe
I
Man
think we'll
City
finish the
signs him
season
as a
with
free agent.
Crystal Palace because remember Liverpool wanted to sign this guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then his coach
Deadline day, yeah.
Arsenal
Last
said
minute
that
deadline day,
they should
yes.
sell this guy. He is not going to finish the season as well. Something like that.
But according to the player wants to stay till June, but the club wants to cash in on him because if he
Yeah, now
leaves for
he's a
free,
free agent now.
yeah.
In fact, they can't get anything on him anymore now.
But now, even the problem now is that even the coach too is not signing a new deal for Crystal
He
Palace.
wants to leave. I mean,
He
He
goes.
also
he's
wants to
hot.
leave.
He's
He's hot. You'll
he,
probably wait till
Ruben.
like May and
That's
see
why
if
I told you
Manchester
that
United
United
comes or
might
anybody
go and
comes for him.
hijack the
So
deal. And if United should,
yeah,
if United wants to hijack that coach, I would rather want this guy to also wait because I'm sure he's going to follow him.
he probably join. Yeah, he'll probably join Manchester United. Let's move on to our next talking point. Probably second to the last. Chelsea. I remember asking you guys to put in a word for predictions, and
Jesse surprised
Shola
all of us. He
Shola
said
was
they
the
finished
most
third.
accurate by saying 0-0, right? And if I recall clearly now, Brown said, AY said that City were going to, beat Chelsea 3-1. No, it was even Brown. Shola said 2-0, that Man City would win 2-0, and Brown said it was going to be 0-0, right? And before I
I said
let you
it was
guys go,
going
I
to
just wanted to
be a
also give
draw.
some of my.
I said it was going to be a draw.
Yeah, you were correct. Yes,
Be
you
a
were
draw.
right. You were right. I didn't watch all of the game, but I saw some parts of it. And the first thing I noticed was, I think it was a game of two halves, right? City played really strongly in the first half. I saw this, big shot from a lot of balls from Aland, the one that hit the crossbar, the one that the keeper, parried away. And then City had a very good game in the first half. I was worried that it was going to be a disaster. In fact, I need to apologize to Callum McFarlane because I remember making jest of him and saying, "Who is this guy?" But I think he kept it. I think he kept it really simple, and he did what was expected of him. The substitutes were on point, even up until the point when he brought in Andre Santos. In the second half, I saw tackles flying in everywhere. Chelsea on the floor. I saw players, putting in tackles, and I looked at this is Andre Santos, this is James. So it was a really good game for the midfielders. Pedro Neto, I think, was horrible. I saw the chance he missed, and I'm like, even the worst striker in the Premier League will not miss that. Esteva also not very impressive. I guess there was a lot of pressure. He had a chance that he should have scored. Delap for the very first time, because I usually say that the guy should be selling biscuits and sweets on the street, but for the very first time, it was very impressive yesterday, and I saw the ball work, the hold up play, fighting with the defenders, and I think he took some shots also. So kudos to him. Gusto was very good. I saw him bumping up and down. Enzo Fernandez was also very good. James was very, very good yesterday. In fact, the entire team was very good. And to the coach, the interim coach, Callum McFarlane, again, I say I'm very sorry. It was also very fantastic. It
See,
was very
I think we all
fantastic
know that. I think we all know that Chelsea, you can never write Chelsea
in
off
big games, yes.
because Chelsea, not Chelsea,
We,
regardless.
we might struggle against Wolves or but against big
Fulham.
teams, even if
No,
But
we lose, we
I
I
still
think you
can
are
mean,
finish it.
giving them. I think you are giving them
that's
too much credit than they actually deserve.
that's
Because
why.
somehow
Yes,
City also lost a key defender in that match. City could have actually seen that match off in the first half.
We
They could
did
have
not have
gone
one of
ahead
our
to
key
score
players.
more goals even in the second half.
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, they
So,
had
and
they had a lot
considering
of
that Chelsea
chances.
actually managed to draw it at the death, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would
I
even
mean,
give
I
them.
mean,
towards the end of the game, there was
I mean, I'll
we
give them the
put a lot of
credit.
pressure on them. We put a lot of
Yeah,
pressure on them
yeah.
towards the end of the
So,
game. So
I mean,
but
because
I
like,
don't think it's.
when you go back to what you guys already alluded to earlier about Chelsea being a big team regardless, especially when they are playing in big games, it takes me
mhm.
back to our last show, right? When we were making these predictions, and you guys were like, Chelsea, they are, but and in my mind, I'm like, are you really looking at this Chelsea team? Because there was something I mentioned. I said that there is a chance that with the new manager bounce, right, especially with someone that is in the club that has an idea of how the system works, there is a high chance that Chelsea can just pull up a shocker for the day, right? And if not because they had some glaring chances in the second half that they missed, the likes of Pedro Neto,
Pedro
the
Neto,
even
Estevao,
and Kopama missed a
uh,
clear chance, right?
Palmer
Now,
has not
if
been in form, which is terrible.
right, if those chances were taken, I promise you, with the way Chelsea played in the second half, it wouldn't be out of place to have said that, oh, they deserve all 3 points. But I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it was a game of two halves. In the first half, it was all Man City, Again, and when you try to rank this game, this Man City Chelsea game yesterday, right, amongst the top games that ordinarily you would think, oh, would be a lot of end-to-end football and all that, it doesn't really fit in that pecking order. You wouldn't say it is one of the top five games, right? But so it was a slow game, but at the end of the day, when City saw the opening, I mean, Tijani Ryan, they are doing what he does best, slotting that one in. And then in the
Yes, oh,
second
that was
half,
good.
when Reece James started operating in that midfield, and then they brought in Andre Santos, in my mind, I'm like, I applaud this coach because he's making these changes quickly. He's
Now that
not,
initial, now
he's
that
not
initial gra where Amorim, that stupid Amorim, no get
like
like that.
make
Come as a
changes
manager.
quickly.
Come as a manager. You cannot even pull everybody together like a
I
sense
don't
of
think
unity. Have like 5
Yes,
wins in a row.
I don't
Uh,
no,
Five
the
think
wins
guy
in a
Amorim
row.
tried.
had a new manager bounce.
It
No,
was
he
an
didn't.
interesting
Yes.
game. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and then I was really delighted that, of course, Chelsea at least came out of that one with something. So yeah, good game by Chelsea.
So based on the turbulence that we have seen for these two clubs, where do you think Man U ends the season? Where will Chelsea end the season?
I think
AY go
Man
first.
U.
Let AY go first.
Okay.
So for me, I'll talk about the match because I've not spoken about the match.
Oh yeah, please go ahead.
City and Chelsea. I guess the happiest fan base yesterday was the Arsenal fans.
Arsenal fans.
And
You guys were
United
watching
came
from
away
a place
because
of love.
Chelsea did not fly
I saw
away.
a post that Arsenal fans were supporting Chelsea, Chelsea fans were supporting City
Now we drew the game.
to win the game. But
Exactly.
overall, I'll actually give it to Chelsea. Why? Because to the best of my knowledge, they started a back four or even a back five they've not started at all this season, starting from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, yeah.
Jorgensen keeping with
I mean, Jorgensen has played some games this season,
no,
but
I mean
not
together
enough. Not
with the
yeah.
back
Of
four.
course, of course, of course, of course.
Together with the back four. Malo Gusto was the one that played the left.
Mm-hmm.
Badiashile and Chaloba and
And then
Achempong, which
Achampong played right back.
actually tried. Then James and also
He's originally right back actually.
yeah, but my point is they are first time playing together with the goalkeeper, the five of them at the
Mm-hmm.
back. So
Right.
they actually tried, and the first half it was City played each other. But I guess the shot on target were about maybe 3-3 or 4-4.
It was quite a lot of shots, but on
Yeah.
target, yes, not a lot, yes.
Then second half, Chelsea actually impressed because I thought okay now City would go for the kill. They would add one or two more goals and solidify their whatever. But Chelsea did what they know how to do best, which is show up in big games, and
Right.
Mm.
they showed up for their London Brothers, and
We don't care about you people. But yes, as a Chelsea fan, I want you to win the
London
league.
rivals more
So
like
I want you to win the
yeah,
league.
London
So
Brothers,
that's
and
at least now you're 6 points ahead. Man, keep this
yes,
momentum.
I don't want Arsenal to win any league anywhere. What I
We
want,
know you now.
what I want to happen to Arsenal is keep topping the table when it
you
gets
know
to
why I think Arsenal would actually win
Arsenal will win
is
the league now.
because
The
City
final league are safe.
currently they are leaking in goals. That's
Except
one.
City brings in that Semenyo,
Number
that
two,
brings in a
even if
couple
they
of players.
even if they bring in a very good defender, let's say we discuss Gay, it will still take maybe 1 or 2 matches before he gets used to other defenders around him and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Then
You never know.
City,
Some people are just star people that just come to your team, hard to your team for
True.
this
There's
season.
some players that are just
again,
good like that. They fit
City
in
they are still
immediately.
going to difficult grounds that Arsenal have been to in the first half of the season, which might also prove difficult for them. So thanks, Chelsea, six
I thought
points
we already
clear.
started the second leg already.
You're welcome. Yeah, second leg
yeah.
has started
Yes, we
actually.
started second
It
leg, but
started
second leg
late December.
yeah, but they are
We started
but there are
second leg
places
already.
where uh
So there is no place that you have not gone like this that City probably not go. You guys
I
go
mean
everywhere.
away matches,
Away
Ah,
matches,
okay,
yeah.
away,
away
away.
matches.
So anyway, where will Man U end the season? Where will Chelsea end the season?
I think they will still be in and around each other.
I don't
End
understand.
this
Chelsea and
season
Man U.
maybe sixth, seventh.
Who? Either of them.
I don't. I can't point to. I can't point to because they will both have new interim. Okay. Chelsea
We should get a
United
new
don't do
coach maybe
interim.
to this week, I guess,
Yeah.
because I heard that this guy is the Strasbourg's coach is
I
in
would say
London at the
Man U
moment.
sixth because they are in fewer competitions. That they are just in the league.
That was supposed to be an
Instead of
advantage. Oh.
FA Cup. That should have been an advantage to
That
our
should have been
other
an
rivals.
advantage.
But you have but
Okay,
you
so
have Villa,
Chelsea,
you have Liverpool,
Chelsea,
Chelsea
and Chelsea.
seventh.
I
Okay,
think we can
Brown.
top.
I mean, when you try to pick and choose between Chelsea and Manchester United, who finishes above the other, it's a difficult task, honestly,
So
because
I'm asking
Battle
the
of the
question
clans.
based on the
Battle of the
turbulence going on.
clans. Right now.
Like
uh,
Tottenham United last
Just based
season.
on the top, just based on the turbulence. No, no,
uh,
no. We are not Tottenham. We are not even that. Please, don't associate with
Last
that.
season,
Don't
or
associate us with that
last
failure
season,
of a club.
last
So
so
season
so
was
there
2016.
are teams
Between
that United will drag into the mud every season. Last season was Tottenham.
with our changes and everything, and with the amount of injuries we have, amidst the fact that quite a number of our players are out doing what they do best in AFCON, and Cameroon has even progressed to the next round. And it seems, we don't know, but if Ivory Coast does the same, it means our players will stay for longer. So,
Yeah.
because we have very few players coming back from injury with the number of games we have in the Premier League, I think we are going to struggle a bit. We are going to struggle a bit. And then by the time we are able to garner these players together, you just never know what will happen in the Premier League, especially FA Cup around the corner, and then we have to play all of those competitions with limited number of players and inexperienced bench. So for that reason, I would say Man U would most likely finish seventh. And if we do that, trust me, I'll take it. I'll take it as long as we qualify for Europe. And then Chelsea, I would say Chelsea will. I see Chelsea finishing fifth. And I'll tell you why. Because I feel like with the changes that will happen with Chelsea, right? They are bringing a manager, the Salzburg and Strasbourg manager that is coming from France. He's also a part of the Clear Lake group. You know, that club is also a part of like the Clear Lakes group. So
Consortium.
I feel like because he's already in the system, and then Chelsea has a plethora of players from all sides. They have you can actually counts more than two players in every position. So it doesn't matter the number of competitions they play in. That youthful energy, that drive, will most likely see them scale through. And at the end of the day, they might just end up finishing fifth. So yeah, Chelsea
Fifth.
finished
Okay.
fifth and United seventh.
Shola.
I don't know. I think I want to give. I can give Chelsea fourth. Interestingly,
I
because
agree.
Liverpool,
Who would
Liverpool
they
that should
bounce?
also solidify their own position
Liverpool has not been
to.
very good, Jared. Yeah.
Yeah, they are also like. I mean, I expected like Fulham to win that match,
Ooh,
considering that
interesting. One of
we
my
have
favorite games of
Iwobi
the round
and the
of
likes of them in
the
AFCON right now. But they also managed to draw, although it was to like a very spectacular goal, individual
yeah,
brilliance and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But they
Contender
could
for
have
goal of the week. And
that goal exactly, but they could
that
have still managed
could
to
be
like. I mean,
goal
they
of
shouldn't even get to that point,
Goal of the
even
season so
with
far.
Fulham anyway.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
so I think Chelsea we make top four, and then
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool will
And
be
Man
fifth.
U,
Man U
Liverpool,
probably
okay.
going to be sixth. It's very sad for me to say, but with the reality of what's on ground, probably going to
Hopefully,
be.
I hope that
But
Man U gets the
I'm
sixth, but
also hoping for a
you guys have
miracle.
improved
This
actually.
manager bounce thing with the new
But
manager is.
Mm.
Man, you have more players, more quality
If there's
players.
anything that I've even seen, I think
It's
Man U has improved. Like
availability. The
Challenge
challenge
Man U
is
has
is they're
improved
not
slightly.
available right now.
Mm.
Ahmad is still in AFCON. Mbemo is still in AFCON. Mazarawi is also in AFCON. Although at least one of them will come back now since Morocco and Cameroon will play each other. So
So
I'm not. And
yeah.
also with the new manager, we have that situation where a new manager comes in, you start having 3 points upon 3 points upon 3 points, just
hopefully,
because it's a new
hopefully.
I
manager.
hope that's the case for us too, Sha. I hope that's the case for Chelsea as well.
But that
So
could also
before,
be the case for Chelsea. So that would not give us like that kind
yeah,
of advantage. But if
yeah,
that wouldn't be the case for Chelsea, and it would be the case for Man U, then
yeah.
perhaps we can
before
perform like
before
Chelsea.
we get
But I
into
just don't see it.
before we just do a quick review of next Wednesday's games. Nigeria is currently playing in the AFCON, playing Mozambique, and we are 3-0 up. Um, where do you think Nigeria ends in this competition? Do we get to the final? Are we going
Of course,
to get
yeah.
past
Because
Egypt?
the moment we finish it like this, we don't enter
Are we
final.
going to get past Egypt, or will Egypt be the end of the road?
I think we'll
Anyway,
get past Egypt. Okay.
So for me, I think we'll get past Egypt, and the reason is because sorry, I have to drag Arsenal into this conversation. The Nigerian team, we have other players that can score. We have
mm-hmm,
Lukman, we have Osimhen, we have
Well, no,
even
true.
Akwa Adams. We have
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
players that are
Paul
very
Onuachu.
Paul Onuachu that would come in. He came in the last game, he scored. Even
We have Onyeka.
online first game
Yeah, yeah.
is so
Who was the
we
guy
have
that scored 2 goals in the last game? Was it Onyeka
Onyeka.
or who? Onyeka, yes.
Frank Onyedika. So we have players that can chip in goals. Egypt today, I guess they played earlier today. They played maybe three
They,
one.
they, they played 3-1 after extra time.
We drew.
They drew
We don't
1-1
have
full time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They had to maybe depend on a Salah goal to to qualify or to whatever. So and I tip Nigeria over Egypt, and I see us in the final actually. Are we going to win it, or is it going to be a repeat of last year's AFCON? That's what I don't know yet. It depends. So, but are we going to get to the final? I see us getting into the final. Then, in addition, when you watch their um, I won't say podcast now, their interviews, yes, with the players' interviews, Osimhen's interviews, all these players, Rafael Oedika, they indeed the post-match, pre-match and post-match conference, they will tell you that they owe it to themselves to actually
Of
deliver
course, of course, of course.
one to themselves, maybe because of the World Cup that they didn't qualify, and
And then the
two
last Nations Cup that they didn't win.
to Nigerians at large. So I know they know what is at stake. That is one. They know the Nigerians are not happy that they didn't qualify for the World Cup, and they know they need. For instance, the next AFCON, maybe most of these guys will not be there. It's already confirmed. The next World Cup, most of these players
Most of the next World Cup, they will not be there.
they will
AFCON is
not.
in 2 years.
Most
It's every two
most of
years, right?
After enough
most
for
Most
yeah.
likely they'll still be
most
there.
most of these guys
Waiting.
will not
But
be
what?
at the next World Cup. But
Mhm.
my only fear is the defense. If we are able to scale through this match without conceding, then I would want to believe, because over the past games we've always considered maybe in the 75th minute or in the 70th minute, maybe they lose concentration
Maybe there is concentration, yes.
yeah, or whatever. So yeah, I see us moving past Egypt.
Yeah, we really have a good team, I would say. I agree with you. Defense is good. Iwobi has been playing fantastically well in this competition. But yeah, Shola, where do you think Nigeria ends this competition? Final, we win it, or we go out, we crash out against Egypt?
I think we're going to take out Egypt, right? But but the people we are going to meet after Egypt, I think we are either going to meet
Senegal?
Ivory Coast or DRC. Considering that DRC had already showed
Ah,
us Pepe
yes,
in
yes,
the
yes,
Even
yes.
qualifier for the World Cup, and they are playing really good football, DRC. So I actually fear for those matches, either Ivory Coast or because Ivory Coast was already even like they were even the better side. They came out on top when we met last AFCON. But maybe let's take it one step at a time. Egypt, I think we are going to beat
Mm-hmm.
them, but I'm just a bit skeptical with the either DRC or Ivory
All
Coast. It's going to be a tough one.
right.
But of course,
Okay.
I want the Super Eagles of Nigeria to be on top.
Brown, what are your thoughts?
I mean, like for the first time, like I feel like when it comes to crunch time, Nigeria gets serious, right? We most times in the beginning are a bit, yeah, not there. But when it comes to crunch time, Nigeria gets serious. And then for the game today, that I mean, it's already done and dusted from where I sit. We are currently beating Mozambique by 3 goals to nil. So that one is already out of the way, right? Nigeria in this AFCON has at least has a player in the group stage that has produced two or more assists, like
Yeah.
Iwobi in the first match against Tanzania, and then you have Chukwueze against Uganda as well. And then before this quarterfinals that Osimhen is scoring his second goal, Nigeria had scored eight eight goals in the group stage alone, with Osimhen scoring only one as
Mm-hmm.
the top nine of the club. So it
Man.
means that everybody goals are pouring in from left,
Yes.
right, and
From
center,
the
which is a
midfield,
good thing,
from yeah.
generally for the confidence of the team. So I feel like goals is not going to be our problem. And if you take it back to the history of the AFCON, Nigeria is one of the teams that has produced the most number of goals in the group stage, right? And then we have fantastic players like Lukman, who was even part of the first 11 for the group stage. So yeah, I see us edging. It's going to be a difficult game, yes, but I see us edging above Egypt in the next round. Like I said, this one is done and dusted. So yeah, I see
Mm-hmm.
us coming out of that game. It's going to be a very tight one because I mean Egypt is not an easy side by any measure. So it will be a very difficult game. But the advantage we probably would have over the Egyptians is the fact that we have goals coming from all sides of the pitch. So that's a good one for our team. And then I would rather in the next round prefer to go against the Ivory Coast instead of
Congo.
uh,
Instead of
these other
DRC. Mm.
DRC
DRC.
Congo. And the reason is simple because if we are able to, if we are coming up against Ivory Coast, it will be more like a rematch for the finals, right? Because if you remember the last AFCON, we were in the same group, right? Because Ivory Coast is currently the defending champions. And if you date it back to the beginning of that AFCON, we were in the same group with Ivory Coast and we won. But when we
Mm-hmm.
got to the finals, we froze. And then we lost the finals against them. So if we are able to edge,
Is that not the match that they said this guy played with an injury? This right back, Olaino.
yes.
I think so,
So,
yeah. Yeah.
so if we are able to go past Egypt, then the match against Ivory Coast would be more like a rematch of that finals, and Nigeria would also want their own pound of flesh. So I feel like we would go all the way to the finals, and then hopefully we win it at the end of the day. I see Senegal as the most feared team in my opinion because
I
I
don't
mean,
I don't think they are
But
that
even
spectacular.
Senegal could not even beat DRC Congo.
I don't think they are
that's
that
I
spectacular,
don't
honestly.
see
comes
that.
with a lot of
What
surprise.
about Morocco?
DRC comes with a lot
I
of
think
surprise.
Cameroon will beat Morocco.
DRC comes with a lot of
No,
surprise, because
yes, yes.
nobody really can predict what they are capable of and what they are not
They're such a
capable of.
very strong and
So
well coached team.
exactly. So I would rather we
And
come
they
up
have Wan-Bissaka in that
exactly. I
in
would
that
rather we
team.
come up against
They
the
have
Ivory Coast
Tuanzebe.
than DRC. But as of the next round, I see us going through. I see us
Is
going through.
is Wisa not a DRC Congo player?
I
He
think
is
Wisa is in
But he was
Senegal.
injured. Wisa, Yuan Wisa.
No, he's DRC. He's from DRC.
But I think because he was injured, that's why he could not join them earlier.
Yes.
He just got back
He's
from injury.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get out of here today, just the last bit of task for all of you. Wednesday games. What are your thoughts? Who beats
Ooh,
who? Who will finish who?
my goodness.
So just go quickly with your not too much information. Just go quickly with your. So there's a Nottingham Forest West Ham game this night. Given that West Ham they seem to have found some form. So you can take that first and then
Which
just
one?
run quickly
Maybe
through
Wolves will
the.
wipe their head.
And Nigeria just scored the fourth
And
goal.
Nigeria just scored 4
Okay.
from Aqua
Adams.
Adams. Good. So let's go. Let's just go quickly through it. West Ham, Nottingham Forest, and then the other games. Just give your thoughts quickly. Let's start with Shola.
Oh, Tots, Bournemouth, Tottenham. That Tottenham. I just
Tottenham are such a useless team. That's such a useless team.
Your last game.
Are you sure it's not your coach that is
Did they win?
Are you
Did
sure
they?
that it's
I
not
think
Spurs that is
their
going
coach
for
is
that
their
Thomas
coach is
Frank?
good. Thomas Frank is a good coach actually. It was very good for Brentford. I don't know. Tottenham just has this thing hovering over their
There is a
club.
spirit hovering over that
There's a
club.
spirit.
But I think
There is a spirit. There is
there
something.
is a
There is
spirit in that
something.
their new stadium. I think interestingly, Tottenham in their stadium they perform woefully. When they go away, they do
They
magic,
do
they do well. So I'll give it to Tottenham. Narrowly,
Okay.
but I'll give it to them.
Sunderland, Brentford.
Brentford, Sunderland, I'll go with a draw.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. There is fire on the mountain in Crystal Palace, so I'll go with Aston
Aston
Villa.
Villa are
But
in
also
very
to
good form.
bounce back,
Yeah,
to keep
they're
that,
very good form.
to keep
Momentum.
Arsenal on their toes.
Because
Everton
Arsenal
Wolves,
cannot afford a slip up. Really.
yes, they can't.
Can't
They
afford
can't,
it.
actually. Because they are
Everton
locked in.
Wolves.
Because City and
Yeah.
Aston Villa, they are just like
They are
locking
looking behind
behind.
us now.
Which makes it interesting, to be honest.
I fear.
Aston Villa more than City.
I guess maybe Villa more because there's no pressure on Villa.
Yes,
as
I
such,
agree.
like Man City.
They are probably okay with making Champions League.
Yeah.
They're not really
Yeah.
gunning for the league, so
Which they'll
yes.
probably make
Everton
now,
Wolves.
considering how Liverpool, Chelsea, and United are doing.
Everton
Everton
Wolves.
Wolves. I'm having some sort of emotional attachment for Wolves because they have been battling relegation for a while.
Relegation. They
And
will
of
relegate.
course,
They will relegate. they will
remember
romance that
their last
relegation
match
to the last day of the
where
season.
Everton lost to Brentford. So
Woo,
they're
woo.
looking to bounce back as well. So I'll give it to Everton. They're
Fulham,
a
Chelsea.
much better team. Fulham,
Mm.
Chelsea. New manager bounce. Maybe he will come for Chelsea. I mean, for the kind of results he was able to pull against
Or it's
City.
a derby.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
and
Fulham, they always
if they
give us
can
problems.
just build on that result against Fulham as well, I think I'll go with Chelsea.
Okay.
Man
Man
City,
City,
Brighton.
Brighton.
City safe.
Brighton are not. They are not the Brighton we used to know.
Man City. I'll go with Man City.
But
Only United. Amorim is gone finally. If Amorim was there,
okay.
they would have used that ball to finish us.
Mm.
But without Amorim, I think we are going to finish. I think we are going to win this comfortably with the new manager. Because the new manager
And
also
Newcastle.
understands the culture of the club. So we see that four at the back. We see probably Meno coming in. We see Joseph Saxipas coming
I
back.
think Meno is still injured.
We
We would have Mount and Fernandez coming back,
back.
but Meno is still out
Maybe they
injured.
don't want to use them immediately, but I think we will beat only anyway.
Newcastle Leeds.
I'll go with Newcastle.
Okay, Brown. What are your thoughts?
Woo.
West Ham, Nottingham Forest first.
For that game, West Ham Nottingham Forest is fight between pot and kettle, because they are close to each other on the table. So I mean, Nottingham Forest I mean, they are kind of like going to edge this one out. They will. I see them winning this goal by a narrow one 0 win.
1-0 win. Okay.
Nottingham
Bournemouth.
Forest, Nottingham Forest will go on with this one. And then
Bournemouth
for
Tottenham.
Bournemouth, of course, they are in a good run of form, especially now with Igor Thiago banging in the goals and all that. So
That's
scoring
Brentford,
his
though. That's
hat-trick.
Brentford.
Oh, sorry, Brentford.
Yeah.
Bournemouth. I mean, they have never been shy of
Well,
scoring goals.
Yeah,
They have
Semenyo
never
too.
been
they've
shy of
not just
scoring.
been very good lately, and
Yeah,
Chelsea gave them
they have
Chelsea gave them some, momentum.
Bonanza.
failed to secure the
Yeah.
points, yes, but they have never been shy of scoring. So I feel like it will be a very stiff match between the two teams. But I see a 2-2 draw in that one because away from home,
Okay.
Tottenham is also very good with their performances. I think they have one of the best away performances in the league this season. And then
Brentford Sunderland.
For Brentford, Sunderland, I mean, like I said, Igor Thiago firing up front, scoring a trick.
Mm.
But Sunderland
Where
is
is
a very
Isidore? Where is Isidore? Is he still scoring goals for
easy.
Sunderland? Where are they on the table at the moment?
Woo!
Sunderland.
Who?
Sunderland.
Sunderland are sitting.
They are eight also.
Okay,
Sunderland
not
are
too far.
sitting
Not too far off.
eighth on the table,
I think they've
but
lost. They've lost some
they
momentum
are on
too.
points with Brentford. They are equal on
Okay.
points with Brentford, 30 points apiece between the two teams. So I mean, it's going to be a difficult match. I see a 2-2 draw for that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Brentford, Sunderland, 2-2 draw.
Palace
And then
Everton.
Aston Villa. Yes, Aston Villa has been. I mean, their most the handsomest defeat they recently had is the one against Arsenal. But other than
And some
that,
defeats.
they
Arsenal
are
kill him. He
they
play
are
now, you know to shake.
a high flying team. And then I see this one. I see Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. I see Aston Villa winning this one by 2-1. Difficult game,
Okay.
yeah. But and then Everton. I
Everton
mean,
Wolves.
in the last prediction, I was hoping that Everton would at least do something at home, especially because they are in their new stadium and all that. But unfortunately, that was not the
I
case.
Do you know
But
what
I
happened to Tottenham when they
mean,
moved to their new stadium? Nothing good happened to him. Look at Real Madrid as well.
all these new stadium boys with beauty, they know they play ball where they want to go get five stadium. So I mean, Everton Wolves, Everton right now are playing well, and then they are beginning to gain the points. And for sentimental reasons too, I would say Everton Wolves. This one, unfortunately, will be Everton. Everton will win this one against Wolves. So Wolves will have to try harder next time. And then
Fulham
for
Chelsea.
for Fulham Chelsea, I mean, new manager bounce, no new manager bounce. Fulham at Craven Cottage is prolific. I don't know if you guys saw the Harrison Reed goal in the 97th
I
minute
have not watched it.
against
That goal was crazy.
after
I have to go check that
Kobe
go out.
at the
I have to go
90
check that goal out.
My goal of the season so far.
90 plus 4, Cody
I have
Gakpo
to go
scored
check it
the
out.
second goal, taking
He
off
scored
his
at 90+7.
I don't win the match. I don't win the match. But read out other ideas. Come back here. And if you had seen that game, it was chaos at the end of the game, especially with that goal coming through. So, I mean, they will always score goals. They will always score goals. I see Chelsea narrowly winning this one by 3-1. They would always
But
score.
that's 3 goals to
Man
1 is
City,
not narrow, but
Brighton.
yeah.
Man City, Brighton. I mean, if Chelsea take their chances, they will definitely come out of this one with 3 points. So yeah, 3-1 for Chelsea there. And then for Man City, Brighton. I mean, Man City, yes, I'm sure they will be biting themselves for not sealing that win against Chelsea in the last round of matches. So they would really, really want to make their fans proud, especially now that they are playing at the Etihad Stadium. So by all means, I will give them all 3 points. And by the way, Alan will have like a brace at least. So I see them winning this one by 4-1. So yeah. And then Burnley,
Manchester United.
Manchester United. I mean, with the whole Amorim sack and all of the chaos going on in Manchester United right now, I don't think that I feel like at the end of the day, it's a good thing we are having a player that understands the club, that knows the club in and out, that has been there over the years. And if you take it back to even when we had players taking short spells at the club, they have had very, very good win rates, especially when you date it back to Carrick, who had a maximum points in 3 games that he managed, and then Ryan Giggs at the time, who also were able to secure quite a good number of points for us towards the end of the season. So, I mean, our players coming back, and Solskjaer, by the way, like we all know, did fantastically well with Manchester United during his time there. So I feel like
But exactly,
players that understand this system of this club has a tendency of doing very well. So I see us winning this one against Burnley with players like Matheus Cunha, and for the first time in a while, I also see Benjamin Sesko getting a goal out of this one. So I see Man U winning this one by 3 goals to 1. 3 goals to 1. And then Newcastle Leeds. I mean, they play quite a similar type of football. Long balls, physical football, head the ball, play it long, throwing, set piece, and all that type of thing. So I feel like Newcastle, for what it's worth, they have not really been the best team. And then Leeds are currently in a good place in terms of a relegation team coming into the Premier League and performing against the big boys. So I don't see them shying away from this game either. So it's going to be a very tough game, but at the end of the day, Newcastle will edge this one out by 3 goals to 1. So I see Newcastle winning this one. So yeah,
yes,
that's my
anyway.
Wait,
What
though.
are your
Like,
thoughts?
is it that you people are
Arsenal, no, they are
beefing or you are hating Arsenal? I don't understand. We are playing
Arsenal.
on Thursday. You people are not commenting on
There is
on.
Wednesday now.
We'll get to that. Do Wednesday. It's just one match.
Please, you people that have not won any games last year,
Yeah, don't worry. We get for now.
Oh yeah,
respect.
give us your thoughts.
Aha, very good.
Why?
So, Bournemouth, Tottenham. Tottenham is a team that you can't predict. We all thought they were going to lose at home against Sunderland that held City. They drew the game 1-1. Now they are playing Bournemouth. Bournemouth that is maybe 15th on the table, and they are going away. It's going to be a slightly difficult match, but I see it ending a draw. Funny enough, maybe a 2-2 draw, a 1-1 draw.
Okay, Brentford,
Brentford,
Sunderland.
Brentford, Sunderland. I also see it in a draw. Funny enough, because both teams are also firing. Sunderland is 8th, Brentford is 7th. So I would say a 1-1 draw. Palace, Villa. Don't know what Villa is on at the moment. They've been
But you wish they
exciting.
lose. You wish they would
Of
they'd
course,
lose.
I wish.
Any letter coming from any devil cropping from under, I bind you. That's what
Yeah.
that's
Of
not
course,
me
of
right
course,
now.
I want Villa to lose, but unfortunately, I see them winning this game. 2-1. They are away.
Everton
McGinn
Wolves.
scored in his last match. Error from the goalkeeper. I don't know why he rushed out, but McGinn scored. So Aston Villa should edge this one now, really 2-1. Everton should beat Wolves. But the thing is, if you look at the way Wolves play, they
Right.
don't play like they are
The team
20th.
yes.
Yeah, I mean they're not playing
Their
like a
last
team
game
that's
against
struggling.
who did they play that they won
They
0-3
beat
in
3-0 West Ham.
West Ham.
West Ham. It was
Yeah.
West Ham.
Played the game first half they played, they scored 3 goals in the first half, but second half they did a low block and they were just waiting for the counter and they did not concede, and I guess that's the first match this season that they haven't conceded. But I think it will come to an end. Everton will win them maybe 1-0.
Okay.
Fulham, Chelsea.
From Chelsea.
I see Chelsea winning. 2-1. City,
Man City,
Brighton.
Brighton.
In as much as I want City to lose or draw points, they will definitely win. But the thing is, they have to take their chances because Man City is now a team that solely depends on. I won't say solely depends on Haaland, but they are a one-man team. Even though we have people like Cherki, we have people like Renders, we have people like Foden, but we all know if you want City to turn up, get the ball to Haaland, which I know they've not been doing in the past couple of games, maybe last 2 or 3 games, and I don't think he has scored in this game. So I see City winning Brighton 3-1.
Burnley, Manchester United.
Burnley United. I see United winning.
Is the club Burnley United or Burnley versus Man? Or Burnley?
Burnley,
So
they
what's
are currently
your
19th, and
oh,
United, they are 6th. New manager or new interim manager bounce. So I see United winning 2-0.
Newcastle
Newcastle
Leeds?
We
Leeds.
always consider.
But your keeper has actually been very, very
Our keeper is
spectacular.
good, but we
Your
will still
keeper,
concede.
your keeper is good. He has been keeping you in games because there are games where you guys probably should have conceded, and you end up winning because he kept you in. So I'll give it to Lamens. And there are games where if it, I wouldn't want to bring down another conversation here, but
I mean,
there are
Lamens
games where
brings
I
a lot
think
of calm.
there are games where I think if it were Onana in goal, he would
We'll
have
have lost.
conceded. But
Yeah.
Lamens would either parry the ball or catch the ball.
And
Newcastle,
Arsenal.
Newcastle leads. I see um, Newcastle edging that 3-1.
Okay. Arsenal. Let's start with the Arsenal man.
Okay.
Who are you
So
guys playing?
Liverpool at the Emirates.
Hey, we'll beat
So
Wow.
them.
it's
I'm
going to
Spaniard.
be
Is it the first 3 points you are going to drop in in the new year?
I've been
Okay.
hearing that since December. I've been hearing that since December. So it's going to be fun enough, it's going to be a very difficult game. Why? Because it's a big game, nevertheless. It's Arsenal and it's Liverpool. They are
But it's
Liverpool. They are
Emirates now.
going. Sorry,
Is it Emirates or Anfield?
it's at the Emirates, and we've not lost. It's Arsenal and Sunderland. We still
No
hold the
lost at home.
100% record of not losing at home this season. So
Or
it's going to be
test.
difficult. But I see,
Ateta is
but I
one
see
match.
Arsenal. I see
Now, coach
Arsenal
be that.
edging.
Who be that Amorim?
I
Amorim.
I see Arsenal edging due to so many reasons. Number one, the Emirates factor. One, we've not lost at the Emirates this season. Number two, based on the fact that I said earlier that Arsenal, we are not a one-man team like that. Our main man, which is Gyökeres, has not been firing, and it's a major concern for Arsenal fans. But as long as he's holding up play in quotes, and as long as he's creating the space for wingers around him, and our last game, it was Declan Rice that scored brace. The game before, Madwick, it wasn't Madwick, no, Madwick gave the assist in this last one. The game before, it was Trossard, it was Bukayo, it was
Yes.
everybody, it was Gabriel. Gabriel now has more goals in the Premier League
Dan
than
Umbuemo.
Neto, than Neto in 7 years.
Dan Umbuemo.
Of course.
In this season.
He's not playing. He has not played for some weeks.
I'm just kidding.
So
I'm just kidding.
So we have almost all our players fit, And another thing that I think would give Arsenal an edge is the fact that we have a very good squad and a very good bench. Ekitike did not play the last game because he was injured. I'm 100% sure. I'm about 100% sure that he would play this game. I guess he was just rested for the Arsenal game.
The
And
Arsenal game.
Ekitike is probably their main man up front. Gakpo is someone that just chips in goals. But I see Arsenal winning. If we don't win using the players, we'll win from the players, using the players from the bench. And we have other means. We have means of scoring. We have our newly signed player, own goal. That one is constant. So we have the own goal route, we have the set piece route, we have so many routes of winning games now, and
You have so many
hopefully,
powers.
You
yeah.
only have
So
you only have set piece route. Which kind of route is there? Only
So,
set piece. Only corner.
Arsenal game quickly.
I will go
Arsenal
now.
game.
Only corner.
What do you
I
think
know.
quickly? Arsenal Liverpool 0-0. Brown. Arsenal Liverpool quickly.
I mean, Arsenal, Liverpool. Arsenal has been in a good run of form, and then yes, Liverpool still struggles, even when they score in the 94th minute, they still find a way to draw the game at the end, So Arsenal would not do that because Arsenal has they barely let in goals, right? But when you look at the statistics between Liverpool and Arsenal, it has been quite a cagey, affair. Especially, I think Liverpool had their first win over Arsenal in on the 31st of August when the season began. In their last four matches after meeting with each other. So it's been quite cagey. So especially, and that was when Liverpool was even performing, right? But when you look at the current Arsenal team, they have all their players back. They have a very good bench, and they are at home again. Are we expecting goals in that game? Absolutely. And then, as difficult as it will be, and as hard as it is for me to sound this out, unfortunately, I'm going to say Arsenal will narrowly edge this one out by 3 goals to 2. Arsenal will win by 3 goals to 2. So yeah, I see Arsenal winning that game. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't. But again, they have been quite a brilliant team.
Okay.
And somehow, Arteta has been able to now understand the onions of this Arsenal team. And he's doing a very good job at the helm. So yeah, I see Arsenal winning that goal by 3 goals to 2 because I expect goals. Liverpool defense is leaking goals, but they will not want to sit and
Who
watch.
wants to score? Who wants to score 2 goals for?
Yeah,
I mean, for me,
we'll see. We'll see.
Arsenal,
Wentz is
Arsenal in a better form.
for some reason, Florian Wentz is now scoring goals.
Against
You know,
Declan Rice.
we are going to see because
I mean,
big games, big teams, rivalry. When you put all of those components together, somehow
There are
there is
just two
always
midfielders that I know that can physically battle Declan Rice, which is Caicedo and Rodri.
yeah.
But
Every
Liverpool
other,
I will
you
see.
run
We'll
any
see.
other person.
Gravenberch is also a very good player, so maybe he might put in a shift.
Yeah.
He's a very
just
solid
never.
player. I
Yes,
think
but I
that
mean that's
the game would end in a draw.
mm.
I mean, I would love if Arsenal won because I want them to win the league, right? But I think it will end in a draw.
You are
I
not
think
a
it will
Chelsea
be.
fan. We are not. I'm wanting Arsenal to win.
I'm a football fan. I mean, I think they deserve it. Really, they've been trying for so long. So
I don't
I'm
care.
not. We are not pursuing anything. Chelsea, we don't want to
You
win
don't
anything this
care
season. We just want
because
to
if
be
they win, they
balanced.
start telling us Declan Rice
Like
deserves Ballon d'Or.
I don't think. I don't think Descartes deserves anything other than the Premier League.
If
But
They
Arsenal
will
there's
wins the
that.
Premier League
watch
and
us.
miraculously wins the Champions League, Declan Rice
And
deserves
they
it.
will not say
I really want even the Champions League, right? I think you guys are doing so well. I think you'll go for the Champions League. I don't know if you will win it,
I just don't see
but I
Arsenal
think you'll
winning
go.
it.
I think
I
you'll
don't,
go
I
for the
don't
I
see
don't see
Champions
Arsenal
League.
Arsenal
winning the
winning
Champions
yet.
League.
But I think
They
you'll
should
go
just
for.
win their Premier League judge like that. They should just win the Premier League.
I mean, that is
And
good enough
yes,
for them.
yes.
It's
And
been
just drink
very long.
water.
Since 2004. I'll be
Because
5.
one thing
And
about Arsenal, they may be chasing both Champions League and all of a sudden they lose.
Before you know, they lose them. They lose the two. And that's what will
I will
happen
not
from.
even wish. I will not wish it for them. For
But
them
you
to be
know why
chasing.
that will not happen this season? Because we have the squad depth. We have last
But
yes,
season
I
we
we
agree.
are
didn't have
talking about
we were
psychology. By that time, all of them will be tired. Their legs will be tired.
But
But
your
Arsenal,
coach
they
is
have a
not.
very
funny
good team.
enough. This
Arsenal
He's
has the
not
best
this
team in the league
playing
this season.
Eze.
most of them are actually new.
Then
Eze just
why is
Eze just
Arteta not playing Eze? Even from the bench, he's not featuring Eze at all.
so there are rumors that it's because we lost the game against Villa. There are
Mhm.
rumors
Yes.
that he was watching. Ateta likes his players to be man marking. He doesn't want you to, even if you played 90 minutes the previous game, he wants you to look
Yes.
your best at every moment. So there are rumors that Eze was not
Was not chasing back.
marking who he was meant to mark, and that was what led to Arsenal conceding the second goal, because that was
Oh, I
our
see.
second loss of the
It was
season
in the
after
box.
Liverpool. Huh?
Eze was in the box when the goal was
I need
scored.
to go back to
It was
that game.
around. It was around.
Because
It
you have
was around the
spent
box.
the amount of money you spent on a player as good as Eze that can play multiple positions up front.
Another reason is because Odegaard has now discovered his form,
Wow.
and
So it just
based on
suffers
the
for that.
newly found form
You
of
can't play two
Odegaard,
tens. But I mean, Declan Rice will suffer if you
You
play
can
two
also
tens.
play
It
on the
doesn't mean
left
that.
wing where Trossard
It
and
doesn't
the
mean that
Martinelli
Trossard
plays
is
now.
also in
but
form. I
Trossard
think.
is also delivering. He's also
Yeah,
scoring.
I'm
Trossard is
not
in form.
saying he should play 90 minutes, but at least in the last 15-20 minutes of the
But you
game.
don't
Don't
remove a player
worry.
that is in form now, do
When
you?
devil wants to be
And
somebody,
see,
that's when they start.
there are so many points. We have like
Stubbornness.
9 competitions in
Stubbornness. I
January.
don't know why these
Yes.
managers they don't learn that.
Like,
At times, just use the player. I mean, that's his work anyway, and it's just one match.
I,
You can always speak to him, and
thank
then
you.
Mm.
Thank you. It's
you
one
never learn.
game.
They always want to
It's
send one message that is these players that are Gen Zs
So
and new
so
generation players that don't care for
it's
they
not about
go they know
it's
that
not
they're making a
about
lot of
new
money
generation
anyway.
players. Is Eze better playing 10 than Odegaard.
The guy literally
And
scored a trick
I would,
against Tottenham, no?
against
Players
it,
have moments. Players have
but
Yes,
it's,
moments.
now. Players
since
have their
since
moments.
since then has he scored?
Has he
I don't
been
even think
playing?
he has been playing so well. That's
In the
even
last
that.
four
I don't think
games,
he
he
has been playing so
played
well. So
four. In
I
the
don't think
last
he
four
has been playing
games,
so
he has
well.
not played a single minute, 0 minutes in the last four. So
I
it
don't think he
begins
has
to
played
raise a
so
lot
well.
of questions. If you can spend so much money for somebody
Another point is we have lots of competition. We have 9 games this January. We have
10
Portsmouth or
minutes,
Plymouth. We
He will
have
play against Plymouth.
he will play again. We have Chelsea. He will
then
destroy
we
Chelsea.
can see.
We have
What do you mean? No, you see, the problem is where we have problems. I want you to win the league, but you want to destroy me.
no,
No,
now
that's not going to happen.
semi-finals now. Semi-finals.
Okay.
There's no
Like,
consensus.
All right.
for you to be so
On that point, we'll be ending today's episode. It's been a very interesting discussion with all of you, and thank you also, guys, for watching. We'll see you all on the next one. Bye.
Thank you.
See.
Bye.